Most people don't hate their jobs, they hate that their life belongs to someone else. Years, 40 hours a week, waiting for a retirement that may never feel the way they imagined. Tim Ferriss looked at that plan and built a completely different one. This is his blueprint. Ferriss was running a supplements company, working 80 hours a week, making good money, and completely falling apart inside. And that's when he realized something uncomfortable. He wasn't building a life. He was just surviving one, so he took an extended vacation. While the business kept running, without him, and when he came back, he discovered the thing that changed everything. Most of what he was doing did not actually matter. That realization became this book. The whole book is built around one framework. Ferriss calls it DEAL, D, definition, E, elimination, A, automation, L, liberation. 4 steps, in that exact order. Let us go through each one, and this is where it gets interesting. Because most productivity books tell you to work harder, Ferriss tells you to question whether the work should exist at all. Step 1, definition. Ferriss says most people never question the rules they live by. Work hard, save money, retire at 65. Then enjoy life. He calls this the deferred life plan. And he says it is broken, because here is the reality. By the time most people retire, their health is declining, their energy is gone. So he asks one question that breaks this thinking completely. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Not someday, not after retirement. What would you do now? He introduces the concept of the new rich, not people with the most money, people with the most freedom, freedom of time, freedom of location, freedom of choice. The new rich do not wait. They design, and here is the part most people miss. This is not about being rich. It is about being free. Step 2, elimination. Let me ask you something. Are you actually busy or just avoiding what matters? Ferriss introduces Pareto's law here. The 80-20 principle, 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. He applied this to his own business and discovered something uncomfortable. Most of his customers were demanding and barely profitable. A tiny group, who never complained, were generating most of his revenue. So he fired the bad customers, stopped answering every call, focused only on what worked. Stress dropped, income stayed, time came back. That is 80-20 in action. Now think about your own life. Which 20% of your work actually produces results? And which 80% just keeps you busy feeling productive while going nowhere? The second idea in elimination is Parkinsons Law. Work expands to fill the time available for it. Give yourself a week. It takes a week. Give yourself 2 days. It takes 2 days. The task does not change. The deadline does. Ferriss started setting impossibly short deadlines and discovered most things that felt like week-long projects could be finished in hours. How many of your tasks are actually urgent? Or are you just giving them unlimited time and calling it hard work? Now, this changes everything. Step 3, automation. Your time has a value. Figure out what that value is and stop spending it on things worth less than that. Today, this looks like AI tools, freelancers, automated systems, a small business that runs without you and pays for your freedom. Ferriss calls it a muse. Not a startup, not a passion project. Just a simple automated income stream that makes money while you sleep. The goal is not a billion-dollar company. The goal is enough to fund your freedom. Step 4, liberation. But here is the part most people rush to without doing the first 3 steps. Liberation means working from anywhere, on your own schedule, doing work that actually matters to you. Ferriss calls it mini retirements, instead of waiting until 65 to travel. And enjoy life. Take mini retirements now, a month somewhere new. 6 weeks learning something you always wanted to learn. Spread the good life across your entire life, not saved up for the end. And here is the uncomfortable truth behind all of this. The opposite of happiness is not sadness. It is boredom. Most people are not unhappy because life is hard. They are unhappy because their life has no meaning, no excitement, no real challenge. They traded aliveness for stability and called it being responsible. Now, Before you say, "This sounds great, but I am too scared," Ferriss has something for that too. He calls it fear setting. Write down the worst thing that could actually happen if you tried, in detail. Really write it down. Then ask, could I survive that? Could I recover? Almost always, the answer is yes. And suddenly the fear loses its power. Because you realize the worst-case scenario is never as bad as your imagination made it. You do not need to quit your job tomorrow. You do not need to move to Bali, but you do need to ask yourself, am I designing my life or just defaulting into one? 1 year from now, you will either be closer to the life you actually want or still waiting for the right time. Ferriss would tell you, the right time is not coming. You have to create it. Deep down, you already know that. The only question is, what are you going to do about it? Share this with someone who needs permission to think differently. Subscribe to Luminary Reads. Every week we break down books that actually change lives. Drop a comment. What is the one task you could eliminate today? I read every single one. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing.